Back again.
Yeah, some of us
Back in the saddle.
Some of us are.
You're back. Dev's back. I'm back.
For sure.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the pregame lounge.
Let's go.
I can't do it.
You okay?
No. All right.
We're presented by Miller Lite, Miller Time, here at DNVR tonight, of course. Celebrate responsibly. Live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota store. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Nuggets on a back-to-back against the Houston Rockets. We're going to get you set for that matchup and talk about who's playing, because we just did have some late injury news come in. Some breaking news. I'm Harrison Wynn. That's D-Line.
That's right, guys. It was breaking news, and that it broke my spirit.
Yeah. Your spirit was so good, though.
Yeah, that's all it took.
You were in great spirits.
That's right. It took one piece of
less
news.
than 24 hours ago.
No, I was in good spirits 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Now everything's changed.
That's superstar Dev over there.
I truly can't believe how sad I got in the last 15 minutes as well. I was so excited, so ready for this game. There's a lot riding on this game.
Vibes-wise?
Vibes-wise. And
Standings-wise.
back-to-back record.
Well, the reason why these guys' vibes are down, I'll admit my vibes are down as well. I'm with you.
Thanks for being big enough to admit that.
I'm with you guys. The breaking news that just broke a couple minutes ago, Nikola Jokic is out tonight.
No, what?
Right elbow inflammation. This came out of nowhere. Not on the injury report all day today, over the illness. And yeah, I mean, he's played through little bumps and bruises, I'm sure, but this was a stunner. I did not see this coming. Came out of nowhere, and he's out tonight.
The only thing I hope is that a young Richard Jefferson isn't in the stands there to see Nikola Jokic, his favorite player, and this just reduced to tears. Tears!
Yeah. So apparently, Brennan Vogt, who's at the arena, and I saw videos of this too, Jokic did warm up tonight. He warmed up also with a sleeve. So it was bothering him then. I don't know if he tweaked it or something, or it started bothering him more. But the news came out after he had already warmed up. Michael Malone didn't say anything about it pregame, and all of a sudden he's out.
I think that's what worries me, is that he had intentions of playing. He felt good enough to play, went through the motions and said, no, this is not it. So it's not like a one game or 1 day thing. This is a lingering issue or something that we have to get back to. And that was the thing that kind of, I'm not gonna say crippled, but it slowed him down before, is the shot making. He was knocking down the three ball. We weren't asking about the wrist. We weren't asking about those type of. Now this comes into the fold. So I hate it.
It's got to be such a weird thing to hurt it in warmups. Have you ever gotten hurt in warmups?
No. I also did not warm up hard.
I was going to say.
It's not like Jokic warms up hard.
I don't
We've
think-
all seen him warm up before.
I feel like
arm injury too.
But I feel like he didn't hurt it in warm up so much as that, like, he realized that
Aggravated
it.
it?
He just like realized, like, I don't like this wasn't feeling great, and like now it's like I thought I could give it a go, but I should probably just like not.
The other injury news: Aaron Gordon also out tonight.
I know.
That one not surprising.
That one's
though.
scheduled, but it still hurts.
Yeah, I mean, coming back from the calf injury, we know he's on the minute restriction, not playing the back-to-back. But that sucks too, because I mean, him going to the bench has made the second unit decent, which has been a huge development over the last two games.
Good.
Yeah.
They were like plus 23 the other night.
Yeah. So 2 big injuries for Denver.
God dang it, man.
With that being said, what do you guys have your eyes on tonight?
Good.
A thing that I have my eyes on is to see how the others step up. We did see this Nuggets team find some success without Jokic. Just get something going. This is a lot better team that they're playing, a team that they are trying to catch in the standings. So I want to see if they have that same type of resilience, the same type of fight that they just had, especially with the way that it came about. They have something to play for, a little bit something to play harder about. And who's going to step up? Who's going to emerge? Who's going to be the guy today? I'm excited to see that part.
Yeah, and, maybe blame us. I don't know. Dev's wearing his Jamal Murray I'm back shirt. I'm wearing my Jamal Murray shoes. We are in a new era of confidence, overconfidence, and what happens? We immediately get smacked right back down to earth.
I shouldn't have been confident.
Why are we confident? I felt terrible. Anyway, I'm looking forward to, is Jamal Murray back? Is he back?
Yeah.
We'll find out. Obviously, last night, his insane game was not even predicated off of the play of Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic actually sort of got out of the way.
Yeah.
And so we're fixing to find out if Jamal Murray truly is back or if that was a one-off performance like it, appeared as though it might be. The ball is in his hands now, truly. We're going to see what Jamal Murray has to offer when he's really the guy that everybody's looking at. And also we're going to see what it looks like when we have Russ and Jamal sort of the 1-2 punch at the guard position. We're going to see if they're able to play off one another, if they're able to distribute the ball, or if it's going to be a little bit your turn, my turn, which I hope not. So, this is an interesting game. The thing that sucks about a game like this is that anything that we learn about this or that emerges in this game is ultimately not going to matter because it's going to
Probably unless
it all
Jamal
goes out the
goes
window
off.
when Jokic comes back anyway, but it's at least a curiosity.
Yeah. And what I'm also curious about tonight is in these games the Nuggets have played without Nikola Jokic this season, and Russell Westbrook's been in the starting lineup, it's felt like Westbrook's just taking control of the game.
Yep.
He's the alpha guy. He's the point guard. He's managing the game, the pace. It's really him. I'm curious to see if that shifts more back to Jamal tonight, especially after that big game he just had. I wonder if Jamal's all right, this is my team tonight.
Yeah, I worry about that just because the Rockets have bodies to defend him.
Yeah.
They have a Dylan Brooks who's he's a villain, but also he's a defensive-minded player that wants to get under Jamal's skin. And they've had their back-and-forth banter, even though, they're close friends and whatnot. They also have Amen Thompson. Mm-hmm. He is going to have the mindset of, I want to try to lock him down. And they're playing
one of the best
more.
Defenders in the NBA.
And he's going to be able to show that, and he's going to be able to put that on display. So how would Jamal respond to that? How does he try to attack that? This is a high confidence type of game for Jamal. He just put up his best game in a long, long time going against Amen Thompson, who's trying to prove himself. So this will be a measuring stick type of performance. Yeah. I want Jamal to be the guy that says, give it to me. Let me go.
Yeah, and it's going to be crazy to see. It's going to be very interesting to see what he's able to do when he has a very clear target on his back.
Yeah.
That's been something that we've seen in very recent history when teams double him or give him extra, pressure further down the court, pick him up full court. It ends up wearing him down really quick. It's like his obvious Achilles heel. But, I don't know. For me, something changed with Jamal last night physically. He
looked like a completely different person.
I feel like, from what I understand, he mentioned on the TNT broadcast that he took anti-inflammatories or something.
Right.
So there's something to that, obviously. We'll see if that is such that it can help him to rise above whatever things have been hampering him all year. And he's able to actually be physically present. So I don't know. We'll see.
The Rockets are having a great season. Second in the West. They're coming off a win over the Grizzlies, 120-118. Your boy Jalen Green, 42 points in that game.
How many? What was the shooting split?
13 of 18.
Dang.
5 of 6 from 3, 11 of 11 from the line.
That's growth, brother. That's growth, brother.
He's playing extremely well. He's averaging 30 points a game in the last 10. And if there's anything that the Rockets do, they ride the hot hand.
Yeah.
They're going to make sure that they put the ball in his hands to try to score.
Amen Thompson, who we were talking about, obviously one of the best defenders in the NBA. He had 19, 13, 4, 2, and 5 in that game.
Yeah.
5 blocks.
Just an absolute monster performance.
Şengün's had a big year as well. He always gets up for games against Jokic. I think he's called Jokic his idol before.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they've got Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks, like you mentioned. So it's going to be a tough game. Tough game, absolutely. Do we think Dario Saric slots in at starting center now?
Yes.
Probably, right?
100%.
Especially against a guy like Şengün.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no reason he shouldn't.
I don't know. Şengün might eat him alive.
Şengün's strong, man. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying that it shouldn't. I think it's going to be DeAndre. I will put DeAndre.
You would?
Make Şengün try to adjust. Şengün's, they call him Baby Yoke, but he's not actually like knocking down consistent three ball. He's so strong. He's gifted as a passer and moves well, but he could be matched with, that other size. I don't think that Saric has that size to match him. I just don't.
Well, I mean, those two have undoubtedly played a lot against each other in international play. I would be surprised. I'd be surprised if it wasn't Saric. I think that typically speaking, when Michael Malone is faced with the opportunity to keep a unit together that's been working, he'll opt
he
for
does
that.
like to do that.
So he'll probably keep DJ because the backup.
DJ is starting
No,
from the
okay, well,
Nuggets.
never mind.
DJ is starting. Okay.
Never mind.
There we go.
I think that
Kale.
DJ should start personally. That's my feeling is that DJ should.
I mean, he's the backup center, and he's been playing well, and he seems to be the option that they're going with. So
Yeah.
when it's not Jokic, it should be DeAndre to give him a piece. If not, then Dario needs to be playing a lot more. And that could still be the case. But
Yeah.
you really should be playing him more. You can't just throw him out there for break in case of emergency. Like, that doesn't make sense. He should be the backup center then.
Well, my feeling is like he's the backup center. He's the de facto backup center. And the reason that I would have put Dario in is that Dario is much more of a passing big man. And in the starting unit, that's something that's like a lot more valuable to spring open like a Michael Porter Jr.
Or Jamal Murray.
A Jamal Murray, for example. All the same, I would imagine that the starting unit is just kind of the starting unit by name, and it's going to be a lot of shuffling tonight. There probably won't be a lot of just like 5-man units that stay together the whole time.
Also, something to keep in mind: Steven Adams. They got a real backup center. The Rockets do. Steven Adams.
Dang.
So that'll be a tough matchup for the Nuggets bench, but we'll certainly see.
Does he actually play? I haven't heard anything about
Neither
him.
have I.
He's back. He played this last game against Memphis. He played 13 minutes off the bench, +3,
See, I feel
7
like
rebounds.
that's the matchup that you want for DeAndre Jordan. Whatever. It's neither here nor there.
We joked on, or I joked on, like last night's show, that DeAndre, he can give you a great 10 to 15 minutes. I wonder what he looks like in 25 to 30 minutes.
We're about to see, huh?
We're about to see. Guys, of course, Jamal Murray had a flurry last night in Dallas. Season high, one of his 5 40-point regular season games. He now has 10 career 40-plus point regular season games. But let's just look back on that game.
Let's go back
What
to
are
it.
some of our hangover takes from the Jamal Murray masterclass last night?
He looked incredible moving wise. Like, aesthetically, it just looked so much different. He's hitting floater. Like, even his tough shots were not very tough. And that's the Jamal that we know. He was confident in backing the guards down. Like, he went back to like big guard Jamal, which we hadn't seen a lot of. I felt like every single time that he was getting to the mid range and turning, that he was going to hit the shot. And they also started overplaying it. That spin, like step through.
Yeah.
Oh, that was embarrassing. It was like, and he felt good about doing it too. Like, hey, I just got him, and he knows that I got him. But it was because he has set them up so many times with the turnaround. Really, that was the best that Jamal has looked like physically in years.
Yeah. He looks so quick and so fast.
That's the thing is that like when I look back, it feels like a fever dream.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere.
I know.
And it looked so unlike everything that preceded it for 9 months.
Yeah.
Like there was just no indication that Jamal would come back and look that just, I don't know, like physically dominating. Quick. Like if you go back to like and you watch, I was just watching just the way and the like just the poetic movement that he had on his jump shots. Like his body was just in sync. It was just like a synergy that you haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And
it was for, a whole half.
it was for a full game, really. Like just the confidence he was shooting with, and also something probably even larger that we sort of hit on is like psychologically, you could just see the joy that he was playing with. He was joking, like he was doing that thing where he like missed something, but he's like, oh, it's on me. It's like he just like couldn't wait to get the ball again in a way that was like super positive.
Yeah.
There was just there was so much positivity oozing from Jamal Murray. It was an absolute night and day situation from everything we'd seen for weeks leading up to this.
Yeah.
Months.
And it seemed like this whole year, and look, he's playing bad. He's had an underwhelming season so far. The injuries, inconsistent play. It's definitely seemed like it's weighing on him.
Yes.
And he's had a lot of these comments recently about like just trying to get on track, just trying to get my rhythm. Like, and you can sense that it's got him down. You can sense it's been weighing on him. But immediately to start that game, it seemed like there was a weight off his shoulders.
Yeah.
Like he was playing with joy. He was smiling. Like he had that extra pep in his, like, he was just a different guy.
Well, to me, it was like a clear weight off of his knees. Like,
yeah.
To me, I was like, oh, he's been hurt for a long time. And they did something differently, I assume, enough so that he mentioned
What
it
are
in the postgame.
anti-inflammatories? Is it
Aspirin
just
is anti-inflammatory.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's basically just aspirin. There's some, but as someone who I also have really bad knees, and when I try and ski, it's more about a pain management thing than anything. It
But I
doesn't
can't
actually,
imagine he gave him aspirin.
No,
they
I'm
did
sure
something. They injected something. They did something different. That was
I mean, I know guys do take aspirin and Tylenol. At
but I mean,
halftime or
that's
something.
not a solution that they
He
just
would've
tried
brought
for the
that
first
up.
time.
Right. Hey, what if we took aspirin?
they're probably stronger, but anyways, it's not going to heal anything long term. But
Right.
it does help with pain management.
Yeah. We can move on because there's a trade in the Western Conference today.
This
I
one's
don't know
a
if you guys
real
saw it.
blockbuster. This
Yeah.
one.
This came across this morning. The Suns have made a move. The Suns have acquired Nick Richards in exchange for Josh Okogie and a bunch of second-round picks.
How do they have a bunch of second-round picks?
I don't know. Let's check. Oh, yeah. They got him from the Nuggets.
Yeah. Yep.
From the Reggie Jackson salary dump.
Son of a biscuit.
So the Suns, here's how the Suns center position has gone. Yusuf
my.
Nurkic, he's brought in as the Jokic stopper.
Well, first off, DeAndre Ayton, who they
we can
absolutely
go back,
clowned
yeah.
out of the state, they made sure that to let everyone know that he was the reason that they were bad
Right.
as he was taking them to the finals.
Right.
So they had to get rid of him and replace him with Yusuf Nurkic, the Jokic stopper by their estimation.
Yeah. And if you haven't been paying attention to the Suns season, Nurkic is done. They're trying to trade him, but he's now just not playing. I don't even know if he's with the team anymore. He is done in Phoenix. They've completely turned on him.
Crowder.
He did get benched for Mason Plumlee. That happened. So now they bring in Nick Richards, who, hot name on the trade block, backup center in Charlotte.
I'm surprised we didn't get that's a move that we would get in the past. That's a big Thomas Bryant move.
A lot of Thomas Bryant energy. What do we think about this trade, though, Dev? Does this change anything for Phoenix?
Absolutely not. I don't think it trades anything. You had a Jokic stopper, quote unquote, at least a guy that showed up. Do you know what Jokic would do to Nick Richards?
Oh, yes.
On a daily basis? If they continue to play, that's just not something that scares you. I do think that there will be nights that he's going to be better, but I don't know. I think Nurkic. I think he gets a bad rap at times. I think that
I don't really know what happened. He was having a bad season, and I mean, he had some good moments in Phoenix, but it seemed like it was trending downward.
yeah.
And
But also,
then all of a sudden, they need the shakeup. They move him and Beal to the bench, and he's just done like that.
yeah, I think that Nick Richards is good. I think that Nurkic is good. I think that he's in a bad situation with a lot of ISO, type of basketball. And with Nurkic, you want him to play a certain way. He's so big, but he does not play in those ways. He wants to shoot. He wants to flop. He wants to be a guard in a lot of ways. And I think that rubs Phoenix the wrong way, especially because they have a lot of ISO ball. So it's him on an island. And if you're the big man doing all that, it just looks different. Nick Richards will bring in a little bit more physicality. I think that he's just big man, traditional big that could do a little bit of everything. But I don't think
more
this
athletic, too.
makes them better.
Yeah, I mean, like their issue was that they just got bullied on the boards every single night. Like Nurkic was not. Something happened to him, man. Like I was looking at a photo of Nikola Jokic coming into the arena the other day, and I was like, just marveling at how much he's filled out and how big and like menacing he's gotten over time. And then I like look at Nurkic, and he's just like shrinking. He's like becoming less and like,
when you join the Phoenix Suns, your soul leaves your body.
there's
That's what
something
usually happens.
that might be the case,
I've
but
heard,
like Nurkic, when he first got in the league, I would bring people to the games with me, and I would be like, look at that guy's legs, dude. Those are the biggest tree trunk legs I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah,
and like
he
he's
definitely
just
slimmed
shrunk.
down.
Yeah, but like not in a good way.
Yeah.
Like not in a good way at all. So he was apparently just getting bullied on the boards every night. So this will help them in some ways to be a little bit more physical, but you know, and then apparently, you know, like the Hornets are loading up on guys who cannot shoot a three to save their absolute lives.
Josh Okogie.
But at least he plays hard.
He does play hard.
He
he's
brings
maybe a buyout guy now.
He also has some defense. I really do think that he challenges guys. Like I do think they'll miss him at times. They would throw him out there. He was a starter for a long time with the Suns, and just brought it every night. He can't shoot
At all.
at all, but you still need defense, and I don't feel like they have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably going to try to still get Jimmy Butler. That's going to be how their season maybe gets saved.
Nobody summed this entire situation up better than one Harrison Wind immediately upon the Matt Ishbia arrival. He is a wild boy.
He's crazy.
just going to shake this thing up every single year. It's going to be a complete disaster.
It's crazy.
Moving forward. Like, it's just like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work either. Here's what's actually going to happen. I don't even know who Phoenix plays next. I bet you they win, though.
Probably.
And then it goes back to whatever's happening right now. That's going to be how it goes in Phoenix. Yeah.
Tough.
It does reek of a Nuggets trade for a backup center, though. In an alternate universe, this is the trade the Nuggets get in on.
This
But
is where
they don't have
everyone-
any second-round picks left to
I
trade.
know. Yeah, this would send Nuggets Twitter into a friend, just snapping pencils left and right. We could have had him.
Yeah.
I have a question for tonight. Like, what are your predictions? Like, do you think Denver keeps it close? Do you think they play hard? Are the Rockets that good right now? I feel like we just don't see the Rockets a lot.
We don't. I can't, dude. I don't feel like you can predict this game at all. I have no idea what to expect.
I feel like it's going to be a close game.
Like
Still
based on
close.
what? Like
I just feel like Nuggets are building momentum right now. I mean, like that's been the
I
story
agree.
of the last several weeks. They've got a rhythm. They've got flow to their offense. Defensively, they've locked in spots. To start the game last night, they were incredible defensively. It seems like they flipped the switch there. Tonight's going to be a tough game to win without Jokic, man.
that's
like
what
really
I mean,
tough.
dude. Like, are you allowed to still have momentum without Jokic?
If you can keep momentum without Jokic, that's
Sky's the limit,
that's
baby.
something.
I feel like
Guys,
the
we-
Rockets just have a lot of guys.
They
Just
do.
like really
They've
skilled.
had a great year.
They have players, and then on any given night, a new player can step up and beat you or kill you. I even think about like a Cam Whitmore. There's teams that are like that would die to have a player like that, but he doesn't even play a whole bunch for the Rockets. He's not like their marquee name. They have Jabari Smith. who
Jabari
they got-
Smith.
He's not playing tonight.
out.
But just a name that
Tari
he was
Eason.
a high
out?
Yeah.
drafted
Oh, thank
player.
God.
Yeah, those they're out. But also, I'm just like, they have a lot of names over there. I don't know who they like go through. Right now, it's Jalen Green, of course. At times, it feels like Şengün is clearly their best player.
Yeah.
But then you'll have a new guy like Van Fleet that goes crazy at times. So, I really don't know what to expect out of this one. I do know that Russ is going to bring it. I do know. I
It's
bet
another revenge game for Russ.
It
Oh
is.
my God,
Every
it
third
is.
game is a revenge
so
game
is.
for Russ.
I bet that DeAndre has a lot better game, like a better game than we expect. Like
Yeah.
I think that Denver competes, and that's what you want.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do think that just through heart alone, and I feel like the Denver Nuggets have rediscovered their purpose and their joy a little bit. And I think pride is actually now a factor, so that I do think on that alone, they'll at least be competitive. But it makes me nervous, man. The Rockets are as you guys said, they're full. They're just like have a bunch of like players.
Yep.
And now they have a competent coach.
Young, athletic.
And they've had now a year to matriculate with this like competent coach who's apparently able to get Jalen Green playing the right way. Like that seems unfathomable. So we'll see.
Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use code DNVR365. Deposit $10. Place a bet for $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. Must be 21 plus, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or somebody knows has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Dev, what do you got tonight?
Let's do this. Let's do it. The Nuggets open up this game as 5-point underdogs.
Wow.
I
Did
thought it
that
would be higher.
shift?
I thought it would be higher. Yeah, it shifted. I mean, of course, Jokic was in.
Right.
It was 2.5. Or
We were 2.5 underdogs?
No, Nuggets were favored
Yeah,
by
okay,
2.
I was going to say.
Now it's 5, which is, I mean, that's a big jump, but I expected more. Like, you just know what's riding on having Jokic, the best player in the world, not there. I'm not going to give you a line there. You do what you want there. On the over-under of 224, I'm going to go over. I know people talk a ton about the Rockets and their defensive players, but this is a team that wants to get out and score. And they want to get out and run. And they've been doing that. If you just look at their box scores or just their schedule, they get out, they score. They can score that basketball. So I just think that this is one of those type of nights. They'll also feel like they can get whatever they want against the Nuggets. So I do think that it'll be a little bit more fast-paced, even though it's the second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah.
It's a high total still, and I think that they know.
And plus,
They know
the
something.
Nuggets, I would expect that the Nuggets really look to run tonight without Jokic in the lineup. So, yeah, I'm with you. Over.
For the Rockets, Jalen Green, duh. I mean, like, come on. Man. He's been playing well lately. He takes a ton of shots. They're running the offense through him. I mean, he looks good right now, and you can't say that a lot. He's going to continue to shoot the ball every single time and be in that, push. Their funnel offense as well, like they just run everything through one guy until they can't anymore. So I think that Jalen Green has a monster game. Also, like Şengün, over 4.5 assists. This is just a low line, and he's been hitting it as of late. I think I would even push this up to 6. He has capable scorers around him. He's a willing passer, and he likes to set the table. Even with DeAndre Jordan guarding him, I do think he'll try to score in them, but also he'll want to get him away from the rim. So he'll make some passes and try to step out. For the Nuggets, we're going to start where we always start. Michael Porter Jr. over 2.5 3-pointers. Who do they think they are?
I know.
Why?
It's ridiculous.
We're getting plus money on this? No way.
It just changed just now before the Jokic news. So I put it in earlier. Before the Jokic news, this was plus money. That's why I was really shocked. Right now, it's still, I think it's like 140. I'm still going to take it. Michael Porter Jr. is going to be able to knock down threes. They're going to need him to score. They need him to score, especially with all of the attention that's going to be on a Jamal. All the attention. Christian Brown should be open. Like, I think that there's going to be shots to be made. They just need to knock them down. Also, like Michael Porter Jr. over 5.5 rebounds in this game.
Oh,
it will call for him
Michael
to get
Porter Jr.
ran off of the 3-point line. The Rockets like to run and open up the floor to get the center away from the rim at times, and that's going to be Michael Porter Jr. that has to go and grab a couple of those rebounds. So I like for him to get the over 5.5. We're going to go back to the well on Jamal over 5.5 assists. We saw him do this last night when he scored 40+. He's going to have to do it tonight. They're going to try to get the ball out of his hands. They're going to send doubles. They're going to put Amen Thompson on him, who's a hell of a defender. Jamal's, it wouldn't be smart to just go at him the entire time. You have to get the ball out of your hands. Find the open man. I expect him to hit Christian Brown for a few baskets. Michael Porter Jr. on a couple of threes. Like this can come in handy, I think. Westbrook didn't have the greatest game last game, but that's okay because I think that happens from time to time. And he was not needed last night. But there are spots that he's needed. This is a spot that he's definitely needed. They need him to show up, show energy, compete. He'll make you believe that you could beat a team. And this is a game that'll call for it. I like the assist at 6.5. Also like the points, rebounds, and assists for him. I think he does a little bit of everything. They put the ball in his hands. He's going to see that they haven't given so much attention to others that I think that he's like, I'll do a little bit of everything. So I'll combine both of those. Brown has been steady. but has not been seeing an impact as he was earlier. I think he's a little bit more aggressive in this game, and he finds some success putting the ball in the basket. They have his points at 9.5. I think the Rockets are going to overplay. They're going to put their attention elsewhere.
Yeah.
They're going to dare him to score. This has to be a Christian Brown game where he tries to get out and score. He has to knock down shots. He has to be aggressive in this game, and I think he will be aggressive in this game. I really like this bet, actually. I'm shocked that it's not on my top ones. Christian Brown, I think he has a good one. Our defensive bet, Peyton Watson over 2.5 stocks at plus money.
I can't believe you didn't go
Sign
Amen
me up.
Thompson, man.
We did. Sign me up. All these defensive players in this game, let's see who stands out the most.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of attention on Amen Thompson. There's going to be a lot of Dylan Brooks, of course. I want to see how he measures up. This is going to be a defensive battle with those two, like to see who is going to impact their team the most. I think that it's going to be with them. My lock of the night. I wanted it to be Jokic, of course.
Of course.
They changed it on us 4 minutes.
Had to make the switch up.
5 minutes. We make the switch. We make the adjustment. It's going to be another Jamal night. You see the shirt. I'm back. Jamal is back. I think that he's going to have another great game. I think he's going to be able to score when he wants to. I think that he'll get to the free throw line, and that's how you get defenders off of you, is you could get them in foul trouble, get a couple of. He's going to go at Dylan Brooks. They're not going to be able to have Amen Thompson on him the entire time. And also, set a couple of screens. Get them off of you. Go at other people. Get Jalen Green in ISO. I promise you can score on him. I just think that that's what they'll do. So I like that.
Well,
All right.
dude,
Love it. Let's hit
people
super
are saying
chats
that
real quick.
it's been announced that Jokic is out for 15 days.
What?
Days.
According to who?
They wouldn't even say that.
They said, I don't know.
Nobody even never heard that before.
Well, this is a good time to let you guys know I'm actually going on
For
vacation.
15 days.
2 weeks and change. Josh Roberts, what chapter are we in now? Mars' book analogy really fell off lately. I need an update. We were in
We're in a
heaven.
we're in a new dark chapter.
Cedric Exquisite, win for you, Porter Quarter, Brody Masterclass tonight. How about both? And from Dean, right elbow inflammation. The season just flashed before my eyes. Get better, Jokic. Get all the way better. Amen. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back
Oh God.
in the post-game lounge.
I'm not sure. We'll see.
Talk to you then.
All right.
We all silly like the mayor.